Hi, Brian James, I'm Micro Four Thirds guy. It's not very nice out there today. It's a bit wet, a bit horrible, a bit rainy. So just a quick catch up, just to say thank you to all the people, the 1100 plus now who've hit the subscribe button, which is somewhere down there. I never know which side. I'm going to do that side first, which is pointing to my left. So when I look on the playback, we'll see, but maybe on the right, whichever. This side. This side. That's the one. It's either there, which is the right, or there, which is my left. We'll find out later. Thank you very much to all of you who subscribed. If you have given me a thumbs up on these videos, again, thanks very much, because it has helped YouTube to spread them around to a few more people. But really, what I'm going to say is thank you to everybody who's given me the support. I've got an awful lot of friends in the UK, typical UK weather as you've just seen. But I've noticed on the analytics on this an awful lot from the United States, from Canada, from Australia, New Zealand, and to the ones from particularly from the United States, thanks very much. It's really good to see you. I spent a lot of my working life working with Americans from the US Air Force when I was in the Royal Air Force. Still have an awful lot of them as very, very good friends. Some of them still live over here. Some of them live over in the States. They are really good people to be in with. So I really do appreciate everybody who's on here. If you're coming in from foreign climes and watching some whinging overweight Brit going on about his photography, well, you make my time by doing that. So thank you really for that. As I say, the weather's a bit atrocious. I was looking forward to getting some photographs done. I'm just looking at the sky. It's a bit naff. So I'm sitting in the van here, having a cup of coffee, thoroughly enjoying this. For those of you who've clicked on the PayPal link below to leave me a coffee, thank you. This is on you. I've also been using some of that money to actually pay for the fuel to get out to the photo locations. But thanks very much. It is appreciated for everybody who's helped support me on this. Just going to take a drink. Other coffee brands are available, by the way. So yes, I was going to get out and do a few shots. I did a good photo shoot yesterday. Thoroughly enjoyed myself yesterday. Went out and did a video shoot and photo shoot about ecology in photography, about how green is photography. And I did a fantastic shoot, got some really good shots, and then looked at the footage last night and realised that most of them were out of focus. Typical, never mind. So I've got to go out and reshoot them. You'll notice possibly that I've released a photo course, the second to last, the penultimate photo course with my sister. We've taken a conscious decision that we've reached probably the logical conclusion near enough as to what we do basics wise. It was meant as a basics course, literally from switching a camera on to taking reasonable photos, pretty good photos, and she's done superbly at that. So we've got it to a logical conclusion. And the thing is that you can only teach somebody a certain amount. But teaching isn't the same as learning. Learning is where you actually take that information in, retain it, and then use it and develop on it. And I'm a great believer in photography that I can teach the basics. I can teach aperture, shutter speeds, ISOs. I can teach depth of field. I can teach all the sort of basics of it. But to get somebody to learn that, they need to actually then start using it, experiencing it, putting it into context. And I think this is one of the best times we've ever had for doing that. When I first started in the mid-70s in photography as a young boy, it was very much a case of you would have 12, 24, 36 exposures on a film. And when I was using some of the 120 roll film, you're lucky if you got 12 exposures out of it. And then you'd have to send it away. You'd have to keep a little notebook of what you used for the settings as to what the aperture and the shutter speed was and what focal length on the lens. Well, all that's now held in the EXIF information in the actual photo you take. So it's easy to get back months, years afterwards even. But not only that, we've got the ability to take thousands of photos at a time if we want to. And if we fill up an SD card, just put another one in. We can reformat that card. There's no cost to it. Once you've bought the card, you can use it multiple times, and you can take thousands of photographs, and you can see instantly if you're getting better, if you're getting worse, what an effect this does. If you move a couple of foot to one side, how it changes the perspective of the shot. What happens if you open up the aperture, if you close the aperture down. the relationship between the ISO, the aperture and the shutter speed. If you don't get it quite right because it's too dark or too bright or whatever, you can use histograms and built into the cameras. We didn't have a histogram on my Olympus OM1, you know, we didn't have anything like that. So the modern photographer really has got a fantastic arsenal, toolbox, if you like, of what's available to make them better photographers. And as I say, you can only teach somebody so much, but for them to actually learn, they need to take what you've taught them and put it into practical use. And I think that's where I've ended up on that. So really enjoyed doing the series. I enjoyed being talking to my sister every couple of weeks as well, because we live a couple of 100 miles, nearly 300 miles away from each other. It's been really enjoyable watching how she's progressed. And it's also been really enjoyable as she has progressed, watching the sort of photographs that she's producing. And this is something that I've thought about a little while. I honestly believe that women and men see the world in different ways, and I think that's a good thing, not a bad thing. I never say this as anything derogatory, insulting to either of the sexes. I seriously think that women and men, as a generalised rule, do see things differently. When I first got married, my wife took some photographs on my camera. She didn't have a clue what the technical side of it was when I was using the Olympus. But the results that she got were absolutely stunning, because her viewpoint on life was different to mine. She'd see things in a different way. And I found that with looking at some of my sister's photographs already, and an awful lot of the really good women photographers that I see around the place. I thoroughly enjoy watching their work, because they see things that I don't. The shots that they get are very pleasing on the eye, and you look at it and think, I wish I'd thought of taking that shot from that angle in that way, or framing it in that sort of way. But the upsetting thing for me is, when I've looked at the statistics for this channel, I think I have about 2% of females as opposed to male subscribers, and it almost looks as if women don't take photographs. Well, I know they do, and I know they take extremely good photographs. So if you have any ideas as to why photography channels don't appeal to women, or what's needed to appeal to women more, because I actually think that this is one of the ideal hobbies which is able to be done in a totally non-sexist way. I think it's so open to all genders, all sexes, as to what you do, because it's, at the end of the day, it's expression. It's using an expression to go forward. So if you have any ideas on that, please let me know, because drop it in a comment below, because I am genuinely interested. I'm genuinely interested in what makes us tick when it comes to our photography. But it also helps me if I do try teaching other people in the future to take photographs, as to fitting their needs better. So although it's a bit of a rainy, wet, horrible day, maybe it's not as unproductive as I thought. So look out for seeing your comments. Once again, thanks very much. If you do get the chance to leave me something for a cup of coffee, there's a little PayPal link in the description below. Really would appreciate it. Other than that, have a wonderful bank holiday weekend if you're in the UK. Have a wonderful week if you don't have a bank holiday today. But whichever way it is, enjoy your time, enjoy your photography, and I'll see you again very, 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 very soon. Bye-bye.